Hello, darling. So let's talk triggers. Let me start off by saying triggers are not bad and they are not something that you want to avoid. They're actually the opposite. You want to move towards them. Triggers are showing you where you have attachments, where your human is attaching to shit and it's not allowing what is to just flourish into amazingness beyond what you can imagine. It's not allowing the potency of the moment to be. So that's what a trigger is. It reveals your attachments. So if I'm saying that they are a good thing, they are a bad thing from the perspective of your human, meaning your avatar right here in this world, in this life on earth right now as you are. But you are not just your human, you are beyond that. You are your consciousness beyond that. So when you identify with just the human side of it, which is the light, and you ignore the dark, which is the unseen, that's when you start to attach. It's like playing a game and you're taking the game way too seriously. That's what's happening. Life is a game and you're taking it too seriously. You create attachments and therefore you limit the potency of your experience in the game, in life. So, in order to let go of the attachments, you want to start out by figuring out what those attachments are. And the way to do that is through triggers. So triggers are helping you shatter the attachment. That's what's happening. And that is why you want to go towards them and not avoid them like the majority of people do. The ones that are even have, like there are those that have no idea what I'm talking about, what the trigger is, like no awareness whatsoever. But then there's the people who are so into self-help, self-development, healing, and so on and so forth. And what they mostly do is avoid triggers and see them as bad, because if there's this conception that if you do not get triggered, you are like this super evolved being, which it's true and not, in a sense of the more self mastery you have over your energy, the less triggered you are going to be. And actually triggers, even if they appear, they look completely different. I still call them triggers, but I'm going to explain to you how they actually look like, and they're completely different. So yes, the more self-mastery over your energy you have, the less triggered you are going to be. But that does not mean that triggers are bad, and that does not mean that you just want to negate, like be in denial of the trigger that is happening in the moment, because that is what people would call bypassing. It's, I don't think I actually want to use that word, but it's just a matter of you ignoring what is, and it's just going to create more conflict in you. And so if I'm telling you that you're supposed to go head on into the fucking conflict, the fucking trigger, conflict is very closely tied in with triggers, because actually what we are also going to be discussing conflict, what that is. And also through this masterclass, I'm going to take you through different types of triggers and how to actually handle them, like what to do with them, what types they are. Is that a proper sentence? Depending on the type of the trigger, the feeling that arises within you, what to do in the moment, how to identify what you have to identify, what to do to help that trigger do its job, which is shatter the attachment that is being triggered. Because everyone is triggered one way or another, especially if you are interested in this masterclass. This is perfect for you to learn how to navigate triggers and how to make the most out of them, how to use them to your benefit, how to use triggers in order to gain self-mastery, how to use triggers to start living in your self-expression.